Hey y'all, what y'all not? Why y'all not asleep? I thought y'all was gonna be asleep. I don't think nobody was. Hey girl, hey, let me go get my glasses because I knew I forgot something in my shoes. I'll be right back because I want to show y'all something. I want y'all to see something. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I'm looking for my glasses. Hold on 1 second. Well, I can't find them, so we just gonna move on. Hopefully, I remember where I put them, and I hope I didn't. I feel like I put them. I don't know where they at. Anyway, I done lost my dang glasses, y'all. They here somewhere. Hey, y'all want to hear something? I think it's very important that y'all hear it. Matter of fact, I'll let y'all listen to it while I go find my glasses. Okay, we got 84%. Ooh, we put your listening ears on. I need you to put your listening ears on. I'll be right back. Rituals with the ashes of the red heifer that they burned last. They've been doing purification rituals with the ashes of the red heifer that they burned last July 1, 2025. And they are cleansing priests with these ashes now. And they're saying this is the first time in over 2,000 years this has happened because they haven't done it since before the Second Temple was destroyed in 70 AD. Check out this footage where they're actually doing the ritual and it shows them doing it. They're bragging about it. They have little baggies with the ashes and they're paving the way for the Antichrist. The tribulation is upon us. Okay, we are so close to Jesus returning for his bride. You guys gotta check this footage out and repent because Jesus is coming. It was a real offering. They did it all by the laws. And I have with me some of the ashes right here, red heifer ashes. It's pretty incredible. The red heifer, the last time that the red heifer was done was over 2,000 years ago. All right, this is Nehemiah. The water is coming out of the rock. All right, so we just left Falling Springs. They're doing it. I'm here, brother. So it's done, man. Okay. Now, my friend here, Mind you, he has a Trump hat on. Don't forget that. This man that's talking right now, he has a Trump hat on. That's going to be important, but go ahead. Shachter and I are the first two Jews to be cleansed from the... So it's done, man. Okay. Now, my friend here, Rabbi Shachter and I are the first two Jews to be
be cleansed from the impurity of death in 2,000 years, man. And it's just, it's such an accomplishment, to be honest with you, Byron, after everything we went through together to get this done. I understand that Jesus Christ is our perfect sacrifice.
Did you hear that? You heard she said they getting ready for the Antichrist. Didn't we talk about this? Around this time, too. We literally talked about it being a brown march when they start about to be doing, okay. I just want to see if y'all see what I see. Let me clean my glasses because they dirty. Oh, okay. And it's about the 4th year since he been here. They crucified that, they burned up that cow around the time it was about to be 3.5 years. Oh. That's I Am Redeemed, Auntie. The same lady that was telling us about the red heifers and stuff. I Am Redeemed. What y'all think? Deja Vu Pumpkin, how you feel about this crazy lady saying, listen, you better get ready. Don't listen to these pastors because they don't know what the heck is going on. You welcome, Auntie. You hear me? Hey. Look like the timeline that the Lord gave us is lining up, don't it? On cue, Auntie, is, I said, they doing what? The first two, who? And got a Trump hat on. I said, oh yeah, that cannot be good. Hello. I also went online today just looking at some of the stuff that we purchased. Do y'all know 5 straws is $79 to $88? Did you hear what I said? I remember they had went up like $20 to $69. Baby, they are $80 and $88. The 5 straws that we was able to get 2 boxes for, almost 3 for $80. Yeah, they're $5. 5 for $80 to $88. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Looked at it today. I said, no way. Yeah, $79 to $88. And the $88 ones is the generic of the ones that we got. Everything feel ahead of the crowd, because Heavenly Sky Daddy told us, come on. You said, yeah, because the rededication is supposed to be happening this year of the United States. Interesting. What y'all think about that, family? I just told somebody today that I've known for a very long time. I was like, you need to get your stuff ready. And they was like, I got my seeds. I'm like, yeah, you're going to need a little bit more than that. I was like, water filtration, this, that, and the other. So I sent them our list, and that's what made me start looking on the list. A lot of the stuff that we purchased on that list ain't even available. I didn't know that. I went looking, and there's a lot of stuff that we purchased that specific thing, you can't even get it. You saw it? Yeah. And some of it, they like, we don't know when it's coming back in. I said, oh. Find the best version you can. Crazy. I said, I just seen it today. I said, oh my goodness. That's when I went back and looked at how much I purchased it for in 22 or 21 or 20 compared to what it is right now. Baby, listen. It's real high. It sure is. I could not believe that those 5 straws are $80. Do y'all realize? Listen. Yeah, some of the things I bought is missing from my purchase list. They took it off. I noticed that as well. That's why, listen. I said, well, you said you've been watching the shelves. They not looking good. I believe it. So that's another thing. Y'all might already know. There's a number of breads. Don't start telling me all the kinds you can make. I'm just saying this. Go on and make your pre-made bread mix. Yes, I looked at my order list every now and then and see how lots are now unavailable. Girl, it's so much stuff that they not letting you get. I said, that's crazy. You hear me? But gonna make up your pre-made pizza dough, all of that. I just looked it up, so that's my next feat is making up. You can make up the powder for because we used to go buy the pizza dough mix, the Chef Boyardee, and all you do is add warm water to it. Oh, okay. I said, yeah, I need to be doing that because flatbread is gonna be a thing just in case. So you can make up all of your bread mixes dry, and then you only have to either add warm water or oil. Did you hear what I said? I mean, you can make big bags of it, of your bread mix with the yeast and everything already in there, and then just make you some little instructions so you know how what you need to do with it, what you need to bake it on or whatever. But you can make up white bread, wheat bread, pizza dough, cinnamon roll dough, and have all of that already mixed up to where if it ain't all of those ingredients, you already got white bread mix, wheat bread mix, whatever it is. You already have the powder, everything in there. You said, get out of here. I'm waiting for delivery for the rest of my bread mix in the next day or so. Sister, sorry. I didn't know. But yeah, you said I'm on it this week. Me too, girl. I just got finished vacuum sealing and stuff. I made strawberry oatmeal for the grandkids. Y'all know I made regular oatmeal. I did some rice and beans. I did some flour. And a lot of this stuff I already had. I just needed to break it down and go on and, process it or whatever. But yeah, I've been on it and I made my soap. Girl, one of them looked like a Krabby Patty, girl. That is so funny because I didn't know you're not supposed to spray the alcohol in between the layers, baby. I went to take it out. It flapped up like a hamburger. I said, oh, well, it's still useful. Hello. You said you're waiting for more your Mylar bags. I'm trying to tell you. Buy as much yeast as you can. Amazon got the pound of yeast on sale for $9.99 or $9 something, like $10. You can get 2 pounds of yeast for $10 in the block. You said, yes, ma'am. That's what I'm doing, breaking my stuff down too. Not a Krabby Patty. Girl, I'm about to show y'all. I said, not my soap came out like a crab. I don't care. I'm still going to use it. Still going to use it. You heard me. So did come out like a Krabby Patty. I didn't know you weren't supposed to spray alcohol in between the what's the name. Y'all look. You see it? It's got the layers. And now this some good soap. I ain't even gonna hold you. It's some good soap, but baby, it came out like a Krabby Patty. You see it? And probably if I move these enough, they'll come out. Yeah. It's peeling off, girl. Look at that. Like a Krabby Patty. This the cheese. But y'all know what's in here? It's got all kind of goodies in this. This one is milk, sugar, and something else. This one is a whole bunch of stuff. But this one right here, these two, it's like milk, it's goat's milk, shea butter, extra shea butter, powdered milk, goat's milk, and something else. Honey. But I also, in this bar, put that healing clay. The, whatever that clay is that we bought. It smells good. It do. This one smells like pink sugar. But I put, you said you gon' you can go on and send me the rejects. Girl, listen. I put the whatever that healing clay is, I put it in here. The detoxifying clay. It's in these 2 layers right here. And there's some flowers in there. Jasmine, I think that is. So there's jasmine flowers. Whatever that bentonite, whatever clay stuff is in this one. And it's got honey, sugar, goat's milk, regular milk, and some other stuff. But I'm just thinking about if there's no... Because you got to think, the water is going to be probably real hard once he get done ruining everything. So we going to need something to moisturize our skin. And it already feel good like that. But Yeah, it looked like a Krabby Patty, but I just said, well, it'll be individual layers or something, I guess. But it do smell good. Bentonite clay, that's what it's called. So there's bentonite clay. Hello, how are you? You said, and we got them in 22. Well, I didn't get mine for 22. Mine was like 39 or 34. I would catch them on sale, but 34 compared to $80, auntie. That's wild. Like the specific Ghost Sun that I bought, they're $199. Now they do got a different version on sale for $49. I don't know if y'all saw that. Did y'all see that? The Ghost Suns, the solar ovens that was like 99 and 199. They got a different version of it for $49. I don't know if it's the older version or what. Might want to jump on that. You said I'm making natural antibiotics because soon we're about to. We won't be able to go get to the yeah. Oh yeah, medicines and stuff, right? Yeah. So, you know, I just thought that was real crazy. Now, I'm gonna play another video for you all, and you tell me if we talked about it. Can y'all do that for me? Looks like my kids need to get back in the kitchen and start making soup again. Oh yeah, for sure. I didn't see that about the Ghost Sun. I'm waiting for my meal grinder now. Girl, listen. They do. The one that I got is the kind of the same version of it. It's on sale for $49. The solar, that glass solar, portable solar oven thing, and it ain't gonna cook that much, but you can. I didn't know you could cook bread in there. I said, oh yeah, that was a good deal. They got one for 49, so you know, it don't hold much, but I mean they boil water in like a minute and a half, just sitting it out in the sun. So there's that, and you can cook chicken and vegetables and all of that stuff in it. It ain't no big old nothing. It's for on the go, but they got family size ones. But I mean, you know, whatever. Something's better than nothing. Yes, and also I saw something. It'll probably be a while, but they have a oven, a foldable oven, y'all, that you can put on top of your what's the name, like our wood burning stoves. You put it like right down on the top of there. Y'all know how we use our wood. We got our wood burning stoves, and it's a real. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all. I seen it today. I said, "No, that's interesting." See if I can get to my stuff I like. Y'all know I don't be. Here we go. Look at this little thing. You see it? Now it folds up, but you can cook bread in it. Yeah, and you put it right on the top. Look. Hold on. Can I make this bigger? No. Oh wait, yeah. And it folds and you take it right back down. You just set it right on top of your thing. So, I mean, I think that one was like $49 or something. $56. I'm sure they got some other prices for some other ones, but I thought that was neat. And you can use it over an open fire too. Look. Yeah. That one's 59. Just look up. It's called a foldable camping oven with 2-tier grill. A foldable camping oven. It says portable camping stove for baking cinnamon rolls, breads, muffins with wood, burning fire, propane. So you can use whatever camping stoves, bacon, and barbecue. Yeah. So, I mean, that might be a little something to put in your, you know, whatever. Because you could just sit that, I'm thinking, right down on top, right on the top of your wood burning stove. And, I don't know about y'all's, but mine got a little hole in the top where I can remove that and stoke the fire, but I would just sit it right down over there, and that heat is gonna heat up that metal thing, and it'll bake your bread. Right? I mean, we got cast iron skillets, but that's only right. That's only one bread thing to sit on top of there and put the coals on it. So that's just another option for you to be able to bake bread if you need to. I saw that today. I said, "Oh yeah, that's real cool." So I mean, you said I got one similar to that, one for $5 from the local flea market. The flea markets have a lot of gear for really cheap. Okay, well, go to the flea market, Lady SK said too. Yeah, and it's got the timer on it, so you can just about set the oven or whatever. So I'm just trying to think of when that electric stove in there don't work and none of that them cute pots and stuff, what we can use, right? And we making all this bread and all of this, I mean bread dough and stuff like that. So just thinking ahead of time how we would be able to make bread and things like that. We got our cast iron skillets, bread pans and stuff, so we can put coals on top of that. But that's also another option for almost the same price. It's a little bit more expensive, maybe $15 more expensive than the bread oven. So that was just, you need to get one. Yeah. Yeah, because it's definitely getting a little different around here. You hear me? In real life. In real life. I said, that's crazy. Oh, I was supposed to be showing y'all this video. Hold on. So that's another option. I just be trying to think of stuff that is going to be useful in this time. He said I seen some cast iron already seasoned at Pop Shelf for $25. What's Pop Shelf? What's that? You're welcome, Pumpkin. Girl, y'all be coming here telling us stuff. I got a family of 4, so we gonna eat bread. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking about. Like, because you got to think at that time it's gonna be like soups and stuff. And as long as you got some soup and some bread, you'd be okay. That's why we did the meal grinders. That's why that kind of stuff is gonna come in. It's a sister store to the Dollar General. I did not know. Never heard of it. I don't think we got that store here. Sad about it, girl. Listen, in real life. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sad about that. I didn't know. I ain't never heard of them. Pop Shelf. Learn something new every day. $25 seasoned cast iron, T said. Y'all ready?
Ladies, get your money.
This was one day ago. Are you listening? Put your listening ears on. Okay, one day ago.
Ladies, get your money out of Wells Fargo expeditiously. I know you've seen the post going around where people are saying they are restricting women from having access to their bank accounts, lowering the limits. Well, baby, Wells Fargo tried it with me, but they tried it with the wrong one. It's my bust down account because I actually use a credit union. But in this account, I had a little bit of money in there, and I have my mom as an authorized user, so I can give her a credit card. I went online to make a bank transfer. It wouldn't let me do it. So I called the bank, and they tell me there's been a fraud alert, even though there's been no fraud activity because I'm online looking and all the charges are justified. This account is strictly for my bills that go on autopilot, so there's nothing fraudulent about this account. They say it's fraud, they connect me to that department, they verify me, and do you know these people actually said,
We need to speak to the authorized user. Excuse me? Why on earth do you need to speak to somebody who I only added to the account so they have a credit card? This person knows nothing about the account. So fine, I have my mom call back. Verified. Then text to the number, all the things. And do you know they had the audacity to say, you need to visit the branch in person. In person. Why on earth does a person need to visit in person? So we let them know she physically cannot enter the branch, and we need them to make reasonable accommodations for someone who physically cannot enter the branch. And this is the law, according to the ADA. Do you know those people told me at Wells Fargo, oh well, sorry, we don't make accommodations for that. She has to come into the branch anyway. Excuse me? So you mean to tell me you freeze my account? I cannot access my money. You verified me, but that wasn't good enough. You need to verify the authorized user, which is strange as hell. Never heard of that before. You verify the authorized user. Still not good enough. You need the authorized user to come in person. Authorized user cannot come in person. We ask for reasonable accommodations according to the law, ADA, and you say, fuck you? Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. But that's what it was. I even asked the person on the phone, on the recorded line, mind you, tell me what your ADA rules are. What accommodations do you make?
I'm going to just say this. She was in the bank for hours and had to call the police, and I don't think they still gave her money. Or if she did, she was there for... She had to call the police because they would not give her money. And she's not the only woman, real quick, that can't access their money. Huh? Did you hear that? They starting it. Oh yeah. They starting it. She wasn't the only one. Because I watched the other video before this, and she was pissed. She said, y'all know that we know what y'all doing, right? We know because other women have had their credit card bills in amounts lowered, their accounts closed, they can't get their money. We know what y'all doing. Baby, they tell her we don't gotta do nothing. And it was bankers under the post saying they could have changed that in 3 clicks. Why they didn't give you your money? Who remembers us talking about them turning your money off or you not being able to get your right? But who did we talk about them being able to just cut your money off and you ain't got no access to it? And people call me crazy. It's happening. Just like the red heifer stuff and the Antichrist and the temple and all the stuff that I was screaming. I just told my godmother today. I said, Mama, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs from the rooftops, and I just feel like everybody is asleep. I'm talking to people. Talk to my homeboy today. Well, text him. He talking about, oh, bro, I'm working 12 hours, da-da-da-da-da-da. And at the end of this, I'm about to go take me a vacation. I'm like, it's a whole pastor now. Whole pastor. Working 7 days a week, 12 hours a day to get out of debt so you can go take a vacation. I said, you need to go watch 40 Acres real quick, like now. And then think about, what is wrong with y'all? When I say absolutely mind-blowing, you said, okay, they not listening. I told my godmother, I said, Mama, she said, baby, what you been up to? I said, making homemade oatmeal and stuff for my grandkids. So I can make sure that if nothing else, they can have a hot bowl of oatmeal twice a day. Now, I ain't really did no meat or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to start working on that with this canning thing. I got my Instapot out and I used it. But I'm gonna use it for this canning shortly. But it just makes me so nervous. But I'm gonna do it. Right? Because it's about to get ugly. And people don't believe it's about to get ugly. I said, this is mind-blowing to me. Folks, it's just really going on. Like, life is just about to be... Oh. There's another thing. Let's see if I can find it. Here we go. This was 1 day ago, too.
In the existing prison camps they've got, Trump is
is already holding more than 73,000 people right now, which is a record. They want to build 16 new processing facilities and 7 new huge warehouse facility camps. If they build those, if they can build those prison camps they've got, Trump is already holding more than 73,000 people right now, which is a record. They want to build 16 new processing facilities and 7 new huge warehouse facility camps. If they build those, if they can build those 23 new facilities that they've said they want to build in these communities that I've been describing all over the country, if they can build those 23 new facilities, that will give them the space to more than double the number of people they're holding in the camps. The biggest one they've got right now holds about 3,000 people. That's the one at Fort Bliss, where 3 people have died in the past 8 weeks. Again, about 3,000 people are there now. There's already people regularly dying there. 3,000 people there now. They want their new prison camps to be closer to 10,000 people. How do you think those facilities are going to be run? If they build them, they will fill them up. And yes, maybe they will use them for immigration detention now, whatever that is, their prison camps. But if history tells us anything, it tells us that once facilities like this are built in these kinds of numbers, once you get an archipelago of facilities like this built in numbers like this, yeah, they may start as immigration detention, but they're available to them indefinitely for whatever they want to do with those camps. And so you see something that has been mostly flying under the radar of the national media, but may absolutely be key to our destiny as a nation. Everywhere they are trying to build these things, including in the reddest states in the country, everywhere people are pulling out all the stops to prevent these camps from being built. And I have to tell you, if the country stops them from building them, they will never again have this kind of momentum to try to build a constellation of prison camps this large outside the reach of the law. I mean, why would we give this government that kind of power, that kind of tool to use indefinitely?
You said in Dallas they're voting on a camp right now. I saw that. We know about the coffee. People really be around life. Like life is normal, and I don't understand why they can't see it, what's right in front of them. Girl, me either. I'm trying to tell you. Did y'all hear that? Y'all heard it? Hey, Pumpkin. Is it lining up? Is it? It's lining up. Everything. So the fact that pastors is not... I was watching a documentary about the actual footage from the group setting places by them poor people over there. Let me just say, mouth was on the floor. Oh, I believe it. I believe it. I believe it, sister. Listen, can I tell y'all something? Can I have a moment of transparency? Just for a minute, can I have like just a little bitty window of glass right here real quick? Without the rosy colored CERCA glasses on? Okay. I broke down today. Because I was talking to people like, hey. And I literally started to cry. I said, God, am I crazy? I was like, maybe there is something wrong with me as to why. I was like, maybe I am overreacting. Maybe I've just gone way too far left, right? I'm for real. Because I'm like, it's got to be. I said, God, is there something wrong with me? Tell me. Got right on the internet and seen all of that. And I was like, oh, okay, no, I'm fine. And it's really happening. This is really happening. Because I was like, God, I know I can be a buzzkill, but these things don't leave my mind. It's like how everybody else can just walk through here acting like I can't. I cannot not see it. Do you hear me? And I broke down and I was like, God, talking to, and they're like, oh yeah, I'll get to it. And well, I got this going on and that going on right now. And it's like, you don't see. You can't see what's happening. You can't. I was like, okay, God. I broke down because I'm like, I'm trying to talk to my family, not being overbearing, but just sending them stuff like, hey, y'all might want to get some of this, you might want to get some of that, and they're oh, I'm planning for a trip, I got this going on, and it's like, they made it legal to discriminate against people, huh? Wow. And if we think we be frustrated talking to people, I can imagine how you feel. You said you've been telling people before you started helping us, girl. And it's like they still just walking around with their eyes closed. You said, yeah, I keep trying to tell my mom and she like, God got us. And my sister, like, I don't know. I'm not even talking about it. I'm literally going crazy at how calm they are. I'm trying to tell you. I broke down crying. I said, God, am I crazy? Maybe I am. Because how can you not see everything that's happening right now? I'm serious. People's. You said no because I be feeling the same way. Like it's standing in the middle of a room full of people, and you're screaming at the top of your lungs, and nobody is even looking your way. Right. This. You said, did you see Wally World said they're gonna be charging people to shop there? No, I did not. Interesting. That goes along with what I was about to say. Because think about this. You said, did you see what's going on in oh, okay. Babylon is falling for real. My friend in that place told me to what this specific channel on YouTube. I did not see that they fell. I didn't. But I believe it because we studied about Asia, didn't we? But I told my godmother today, I said, Mama, I'm making soap because it's going to be a lot of products we're not going to be able to get in here. That part. I literally, I'm going to tell y'all what I said. I can read the message. I said, she asked me how I've been doing. I said, I've been storing food for my kids and my grandbabies, getting ready to learn canning. Trump is pushing all these things that are leading up to the mark. I know I won't be able to go to the store, so I'm prepping for that. Some states have made it legal to discriminate against people, Iowa and so on. They also did that with the banks recently, so I'm trying to get things in order before they can turn us away. I sent her that message at 1:33 today. I said, I'm also making things like soap because these trade wars he is starting will stop products from coming into the United States. And I was just showing her some of the stuff. And she was like, you on a ball, girl? I said, I'm so grateful. She don't feel good or whatever. But I was like, I said, things are moving quickly, and I just want people to be ready for the fulfillment of the word. I've been screaming it from the housetops, but it feels like people are asleep. Literally. You hear me? You said, right, making deodorant tomorrow. You said, I keep telling my kids, they say, Mama, okay, but not doing anything. Listen, that was today. So when I tell you, I'm just like, God, I said, Mama, I don't know what else to do. People just, they don't care. And it's like, this when I broke down crying right after that. I'm like, God, I sent the water kits to my brother. I'm like, y'all need to grab a couple of these kits because they in Arizona. Boom. He just sends me the thumbs up. Like, okay. I said, well, I text my one brother and was showing him homemade instant oatmeal. Baby, he didn't even respond. And it's like, this is feeling so much like COVID because during COVID, like the 2 years before COVID, I kept calling my family members, like, get a dehydrator, get this, get that. Y'all need to stock up. And they was like, girl, God got us. We ain't going. And as soon as COVID hit, since where I go get this at, and they ain't had no bread. I said, yeah, I got plenty of bread. I don't know. And I got yeast. So if I need to make some, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. When they ain't got no meat in there, I said, I got 2 deep freezers full of food. At that time, I did. I had been stocking and grinding meat and learning how to do all kinds of stuff, baby. I said, I don't know what to tell you. And I wasn't being an a-hole. What you want me to say? I've been telling y'all since May that God told me in 2020 it was going to get ugly. Everybody ignored me. They wouldn't answer my calls or nothing. Hey, auntie. So, and they was like, I can't get my stuff for 2 months. I said, I don't know. What do you want me to say? I got my stuff. And I wasn't even trying to be a butthole. I got my stuff. And I kept trying to tell y'all to get it. And y'all kept telling me, whatever. So, what do you want me to say? I can give you the links to where I got my stuff, but that don't mean you're going to be able to get it. Boom. Is the same thing not happening? We just talked about the stuff that was on the list. Some of that is, they said they don't even know when it's going to come back. I said, wait. Made a list for my family, told them to go get their stuff. Everybody ignored it. And by the time it hit, it was too late. They couldn't get nothing. All of that stuff. So I'm just like, it's happening again. But I said times 100. I told a family member today, I said, it's about to be COVID times 100. These people want us to starve to death, right? Now, think about this, family. Everything is about if you're a citizen or not right now, right? Right? Everything is about citizen or not citizen. They just made it legal to discriminate in stores. They don't have to serve you. And I talked to my son today. He was like, yeah, Mom, they just did that to a black lady. They told her they didn't have to serve her. I said, what? He was like, yeah, they told her. And they was like, we don't got to give you a reason. We don't got to serve you. You just can't eat here. I said, and I think he said they did it at a grocery store too. Told the lady, we don't know, Walmart or somewhere, we don't got to, you get out. I said, oh. So if you're not a citizen, if you don't agree with Trump, you're not going to be able to go in a grocery store. Okay? Because that whole, we don't have to serve you, is that mark. You can't go in the grocery store without the mark. Only the citizens will be able to go in there. My son said, they just, what did he say? Let me see. Oh, I think he put it on my iPad. Dang it. He was like, Mom, they did something. Ice cream. Are you looking for them? Huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah, they need your birth certificate. They do. Right? So them being able to discriminate against people is setting up the space for you can't come in here unless you got the mark. That's why they're passing the laws. Just like they can discriminate against you if, like in the banks now, they don't have to give you a loan. Oh, okay, you're not a citizen, we don't have to give you nothing. Because you won't be a global citizen. So all of these things are being put together. And the world is still like, la, 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 la. It's okay, we'll be fine. I said, oh, okay, Dad. Well, this is happening a lot quicker than what I thought. So there's that. It was something else. So now that we know they building a concentration, well, we knew they was doing that, but something else. See if I can find it. Here we go. You see what that say? Oh, they playing, not letting y'all see it. Ain't that something? Hold on. You see that? Iowa moves to legalize discrimination. And I guess my son said, he was like, Mom, that's nationwide. Huh? Facts. I work for Bank of America and they're changing banking laws daily. Are you serious? No way, Steph. Thank you. I'm about to take a picture of that. You know I am. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear what she said? She said, facts. I work for Bank of America and they are changing banking laws daily. Wonder why. You heard that? Did you? Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Did we talk about this 4 years ago? And it was going to happen fast. God told us. It was going to happen real fast. Hello. Is this not happening fast? Hello. How many Christians do you think know that they are already anointing Satan's people over there with them ashes? I heard it loud and clear. Too fast for real. Okay. They still talking about we got time and they waiting on the rapture boat. She said the tribulation is upon us. Girl, we in it. It's concentration camps. They grabbing people off. They telling you they don't got to let you come in the store. They don't got to hire you. I don't know what else people need to hear in real life. I honestly don't understand what else people need to hear to understand. Oh. It's another thing. One more thing. See if I can find it because y'all know they be taking my stuff out my stuff. Y'all know the man that be talking about the dinosaurs? He's a Trumper. And he says they're doing a great job in Israel, so I will not be watching him anymore. I'm real sad about it. Dr. Kent Hovind, I ain't messing with him. Followed him and everything. I said, oh, that's interesting. I will not be following them. I did not know he was a Trumper. It was something about 2 years from now. Dang it. I don't know. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to find. They was talking about we only got 2.5 years for something. And I'm like, that's hitting right on the money. Is this it?
U.S. cities are on nuclear alert yet again. Take a look at the latest headlines coming out in the past 24 hours. Going to get you caught up on everything going on here. You can see these U.S. cities would be vaporized within 18 minutes if Putin launched nukes over Greenland. So they're saying you would have about 18 minutes worth of time. A lot of major cities like here in Houston, you won't even be able to get out with traffic. Also, take a look at this. World War III fears rise. Nuclear expert reveals the 15 American cities that will be targeted. Now, I shared this with you last time. Articles like this coming up because of the concerns of what's happening right now around the world. We saw that that document was released by the Pentagon, warning of potential threat of attacks on U.S. cities. We're going to be discussing this in more detail. And take a look, also coming out in the last 24 hours. A lot of this coming from Russia. Top Putin crony warns of catastrophic nuclear war as the ex-president reveals when Russia will unleash weapons. Also, take a look in the last 24 hours. Russian state TV issues a nuclear strike threat to Elon Musk. That is right. We're going to be covering the details. Here's another one. Russian state TV hosts calls for nuclear strikes on Starlink satellites. So in addition to warnings coming out for U.S. cities, we're going to be taking a look at the warnings coming out against Elon Musk's Starlink, and Russia just on one lately. Take a look at this coming out today. Russia is now warning the UK that it could unleash a nuclear arsenal to ensure its survival as well. Russia is just threatening to blow everybody up right now as things are intensifying. And like it said from that one...
Y'all see that they rushed the palace for King Charles, putting him out, trying to get him out, now that they know he was messing around with Epstein and all them folks, and the man that's like the UK Epstein. You said this evening, I saw reserve military, small location in my area with uniformed personnel getting ready their vehicle. Were more than normal. I felt something was up. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. 100%. I told y'all what they was going to do. They was going to go to the outskirts cities. They was going to go east, west, or west, east, north, and south, and then they was going to come in the middle. They in the middle. I did hear about the monarchy breaking up over there somewhere. Girl, they raided that palace. The people did. How we supposed to be running up on the White House? Yeah, they did that. And they said they want some answers, honey. Sure did. But you know what it made me think about? Lucifer is outing all the people that he used. He don't need them anymore because he's here. Or he's getting ready to come to earth. Yes, that's Steve Ram. Yep, auntie. Think about it. We talked about this. Them out, he gonna use them, and then once he don't need them no more. And look, sis, the king? How y'all running up on the king? Hello? The king. They like, we want that nigga out of here. Well, they don't know. The ruler that is coming next is going to be worse than all of the horrible. You have to imagine what we seen in the Epstein files is about to multiply times a gazillion, because the entity that had them doing that mess is about to be on the planet in a body. Hey, you hear me? You said they had several ships surrounding Haiti right now? Is that what? For real? Y'all heard that? Listen. Y'all remember we talked about the pickles floating in the pickle juice all around everywhere at everybody grandma's house? Didn't we talk about the pickles in the pickle juice? We talked about the pickles in the pickle juice and how they just floating all around and stuff, just up close to people grandma's house, and looky. Interesting. Well, family. Did y'all see they found Lil Jon's son too? In a river or a lake or something in Georgia? I know he is heartbroken. Y'all, it is something else. Is this it?
A lot more than.
No, that's not it. Y'all, I cannot find the freaking video. But they was like something 2 years until something. And I cannot remember what it was, but it was talking about.
I have broken a major story yesterday, January 31st, 2020.
Oh, that's not it. I done went back too far. They probably didn't took it off. God told us all their top secret and their strategic. Because pretty much every headline is one of our classes right now. I don't care if it's the Baal worship. We studied about it. We studied about how. Remember why I told y'all I got offered to go to Hollywood way before this. And I said, no, I know what y'all do. I read He Came to Set the Captives Free. Y'all don't think that it's weird that everything that old girl talked about in He Came to Set the Captives Free is everything we're hearing in the Jeffrey Epstein stories? And I told you, I said, I met judges and stuff when I was out and met these prominent people. I know what they do. They like kids. I told y'all this way early. In my early days, I told y'all the story. They are recorded here. I said I'd have met the judges, the lawyers, all of them freaky old white men. I met them growing up, coming up. And they like kids. The younger, the better. And I told y'all also that the reason I don't eat this food, this already ground meat, is because there's humans in them. Well, what they saying now? The kids is in the McDonald's. Every single one of our classes in real time news has been since 2022. Sister, I said, listen. You said, yep. They said they didn't want the nigga kids. Only to eat them. That's why they don't ever find our kids, because they eat them. They find the bodies of the little white children. They don't ever find our bodies because they eat them. You said everything he has told you has been right on point. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all. That's why I be like, I don't care if nobody believe it. And this is why I be thinking sometimes I am a little crazy. But then I see the news and I be like, no. I'm not. Crazy, right? So we getting ready to see a lot more of that now. You don't think it's crazy that 40 Acres had that in there? 40 Acres came out, what, last year? 24? And they was eating people in the movie, and it was the end of the world, and now it's coming out that all these niggas been eating people, which I already knew they ain't folks, but another reason why they all sick. All the governors and senators that's been in the Senate a long time, you see how, remember I told y'all they all got these rare diseases just like the famous folks. I said, why they always come down with it? Remember we talked about this. Why they come, all of them come up with some weird kind of brain-eating amoeba or something that debilitates them so much, like it like eats them from the inside out because they be eating people. I saw a video that was so cold and chilling. All over the world, in hundreds of thousands, they go missing. You would think it would be on the news, not one report. I told y'all what my business was, and that's why I told y'all they've been watching me. Nothing is for nothing, and they tell us everything. We just don't always see it right away, girl. Listen. It's a real thing that the devil is running this planet, and we about to see even more evil things. Y'all think the Epstein files is bad. That ain't nothing. I guarantee you. It's stuff that go on worse than that. And it's all about to be exposed because Satan don't have to hide no more. He know he at the end of his time. The dead eating the dead is sickening. Listen. And they going over there and getting ritualistically washed, baby. Because they God is here. And so they don't care. That's why they bold and they doing all the stuff that they doing right now. That's why I was like, look, it's not even going to be safe on the streets. Not just because of the military. Because folks about to be eating people like, you going to, listen, ain't no watching that. I'm trying, well, I mean, God can still do it, but I don't see it happening. I ain't going to, I'm not God though. But it's real crazy. Excuse me. I saw that. I said, well, he getting rid of all of these famous folks. Everybody. In the UK and China, all of their secrets is coming out. All of them. And it's sad, but what you gonna do about it? You said that's wild to even think about, but I believe it's really gearing up. Heating up out there. Yeah, it's about to get real crazy, and people really don't believe it, and it's getting worse and worse by the day. It's not months. It's every day we find out something more and more horrible about this world. Well, the people that was asleep, because it's been some folks telling them they eating the kids, and the CPS is taking my kids, and they done lost all the kids. That's why I'm gonna say this by the minute day, this, and it's some stuff in here that I know I saved, and I'm gonna be real sad when I get off here because I'll probably find it. No, that's not it. It was something about 2 years and like war or something like that in the financial banking system, and I cannot find it. You said I started watching the series Fallout, and it's about the end of the time, and they be chewing flesh too. Girl, listen, they telling us what's up, sister. I'm trying to tell y'all, folks don't believe it. Is this it?
지난해 8월
Oh, dang. I cannot find that video. This makes me sad. Did we talk about this too? I know y'all probably already seen this, but
So this is a shocking story. An ICE protester says that her global entry and TSA pre-check privileges were revoked 3 days after an incident in which an ICE agent scanned her face while she was observing them on the streets. Ars Technica is reporting that 56-year-old Minnesota resident Nicole Cleland was volunteering with a group that tracks potential ICE and Border Patrol vehicles in the neighborhood when she observed a white Dodge Ram being driven by federal agents. She said she followed the car for a short time from a safe distance when 2 other vehicles being driven by federal agents stopped in front of the Dodge Ram and blocked her path. An agent then exited the vehicle and told her that they had performed facial recognition on her and said that she was impeding their work, warning that if she did it again, she would be arrested. She drove away, and then 3 days later, she received an email notification that her global entry and TSA pre-check privileges for airport security had been revoked, with a message telling her that she may have been found in violation of customs and immigration regulations. Federal agents have been known to be using this facial recognition software during these recent raids. Cleland has since filed a declaration about ICE's actions with the district court in Minnesota.
we talked about it. about going out of this country and maybe not being able to get back in, or when you come back in, they're gonna lock your tail up. She's in her country, not even protesting, helping, and they have revoked that good old passport, whatever entry, all of that old stuff. Oh, okay. Yep, it's happening. And that was a week ago. So, all these folks hopping on these planes and still going overseas, yeah, you crazy. Didn't they just expand their access to all that too? Did. It's some other stuff that's you said they have been making it okay for the foster parent to take the child without the court being involved. Oh, I know. I know a few people that lost their kids to CPS. I do. And it's sad.
Did you guys know that Nashville has...
No, that's not it. It is...
So, February 1st, any passenger who's coming from the checkpoint, they don't have a real ID or another acceptable form of ID such as a passport, they'll have the option to pay a $45 fee to access TSA's new alternative identity verification system, which is called Confirm ID. You want to go online to tsa.gov, it'll link you to pay.gov, you can make a $45 payment, and that will generate a receipt. And then you'll have a receipt either in your email, you can print it out, or have a screenshot of it. We want you to show that receipt when you get to the checkpoint. That tells the officer that you paid, and then you can have your identity verified and go through screening. So, February 1st,
I told y'all they did this to me. I just didn't have to pay the money. When I flew, they did this to me. They gave me a white... I might still have a white piece of paper. They gave me a white piece of paper, and it said TSA check, blah, blah, blah. And I had to step to the side because I don't have a real ID. Not the new real ID. I have the original real ID, the one that they gave us in 2020. And all the time, when I was flying just a couple months ago, I always had to step out and give them... They gave me this paper. They said, okay, you got to go over there. I had to take my shirt off, open my legs up, all this old weird stuff. They had to pat me down because I didn't have a real ID. Or the newest version of it. And now you got to pay. What if you don't got the money? And you going to miss your flight? And you can't get your money back if you ain't got no whatever. So, he said, ain't no way I'll be jumping on a plane somewhere overseas. Listen, it's real, real crazy right now. All I'm going to say is, he said that happened to my husband when we went back to the islands for a funeral. I'm trying to tell you. They did it. I said, but they always go through my stuff, but that was different. And that's why I told you I don't want to go nowhere. I'll be right here. I thought, okay, I ain't flew nowhere. They gonna be cool. No. Go on and dump that bag out, Miss Trova. Get that out there. Let them go on and dump all that out. We need to see it. You said then get somewhere and they don't let you in and you have to find your way back. Girl, listen. I'm trying to tell you. And this is why. But it's just, listen, girl. Especially not out the country. And I felt what folks is feeling right now. I felt what folks is feeling right now 4 years ago. That's why when folks were saying, you can go, I could, I ain't. Because they'll be and got me over there and kept me or something. No. I ain't going to be able to do it. So I'm not going to keep y'all. I'm probably about to go. I just wanted to show y'all that with the red heifers. I don't know if y'all have seen it. Also, make up your dry bread mixes, please and thank you. Get online and find those. So that way, all you got to do is add warm water to it. Print out the recipe so you have it somewhere for each one. But go on and make up your dry bread mixes because ain't going to be no bread in the store. Y'all know that's the first thing that go. And if they cut off the power, the bread you got in the freezer going to go bad. So go on and make up your dry bread mix. They got pizza dough, all of it, white bread, whatever. And all you're going to have to do is maybe add some oil or some water to it. But it'll have all your yeast. And you can vacuum seal it, put it up, and you good. I was offered a trip overseas and said no because I know what's about to happen. That part. I'm trying to tell you I'm having a hot flash. It's hot. Yes. So please make up your bread mixes. You can make up cinnamon roll mix, everything to it. All you got to do is add the amount of water to it. But make sure you screenshot your instructions and have those somewhere for each type of bread that you're making. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna be on this week, is trying to make up my dry bread mixes, probably some more soup mix, because I got a little bit of powdered milk still left in my thing that I got. And so I'm gonna make up some bread mix. I love you too, Auntie. I'm gonna make up some bread mix and some more soup mix. And I got some potatoes that are almost bad. They sprouted, but I'm about to shave them and make them into some instant potatoes. I'm not wasting nothing. I'll be using those. Yeah, that's a good idea. So it won't be none of that. Oh, I don't have this. I don't have that. When you pre-make it, right. If you make up all the bread mix and just seal it, then all you got to do is add your water or oil or whatever else it is. But all the main ingredients so you can make it is in there. You're gonna need most of the ones I saw. You can make everything and just add the warm water. So you said I will try to do some dehydrating if I don't get too busy. Listen, I get it. I'm just saying, because bread has kept people alive forever, it'd be smart to make up a whole bunch of the dry bread mix so we already have it, right? Because it might not be no yeast. I know during COVID it was hard to find yeast. It was hard to find corn. I'm actually going to pull out some of my popcorn kernels that I have. I got to figure out which bucket they're in, and I'm going to try to grind some corn and see if I can make me some cornmeal, because I want to make me some matter of fact, I'm gonna do that tonight. I ain't even about to go to sleep. I'm gonna stay up and do that tonight, because I forgot I do got some cornmeal. I'm about to go on and make my jiffy while I'm at it and go on and get that together. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do tonight. I'll probably be up late, so I love y'all. That's what I'm about to go do. I know it was something else I was supposed to be doing. I couldn't remember what it. It's making my jiffy mix. That's what I was supposed to be doing. So I love y'all, and I don't know if I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. I might not. We gonna see. It depends on how much I gotta do, because I gotta clean up my mess that I done made with all of this stuff with my hamburger soap. Don't this look like a Krabby Patty? You do. You're welcome, sister. So I love y'all. Get to making your dry bread mixes, please, and thank you. Get to making, and I don't know if you can make dry pasta mix too, but that might be something to look into as well. Right? Then you just add your egg and your oil, but we got the powdered egg, so look into that too. If there's a dry pasta mix or something else, try to find as many powdered things as you can, so that way all you got to do is add water, oil, or whatever. I love y'all. Girl, it do look like a Krabby Patty. I used to buy these for my kids when they was little, in the little gummy things. This is what it make me think about. I love you too. I'll see y'all later. Good night. I'm about to go make me some Jiffy Mix.